In this video, we will learn to calculate arithmetic mean from inclusive series. So let's see it from a question. So in this question, we have to calculate arithmetic mean from this inclusive series. You can clearly see that this is an inclusive series because there is no such, in this you can see that there is no such case like upper limit of a class has become lower limit of the next class interval. It is not the case. There is a gap of 1 between two class intervals, between the upper limit of a class interval and lower limit of the next class interval. So it is an inclusive series, because that if there is a class interval 10 to 19 and the next class interval is 20 to 29, it means it is not like that here 19 has become the lower limit of the next class interval. So it is an inclusive series. Otherwise, if it would be an exclusive series, then it must be like this: 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Or if we change this class interval into an exclusive one, then it will be 9.5 to 19.5 and 19.5 to 29.5. As I have explained in the previous video, that how to change a series, a class interval into the exclusive series, or the series exclusive series into inclusive series, or to change inclusive series into exclusive series. So this type of series which is given in this question is the inclusive series. So let's see how to calculate arithmetic mean in this question. So this income is the x variable and number of persons is f, means frequency. Then if you remember, in the previous video you have been explained that this type of, for calculating, because this is a continuous series, so you must know the methods which are applicable in the continuous series and their formulas. You must have practiced them, I hope. So let's see how to calculate arithmetic mean, and we will use step deviation method for this question. So first of all, we will calculate the mid value for this series. So let's see the mid values. If you remember, to calculate the value of mid value, there is a formula that lower limit of the class interval plus upper limit of the class interval divided by 2. So it is 29 divided by 2 is equal to 14.5. So here the mid value will be 14.5. Likewise, in the next class interval, there is a lower limit 20 plus upper limit 29. If we want to have the mid value, then we will add these 20 and 29 and divide it by 2. We will get the value as 49. 49 divided by 2 will be 24.5. So the next mid value will be 24.5. And one interesting thing I would like to say, that in this question you can see that there is a gap of 10 in each class interval. 10 to 19 there are 10 numbers, 20 to 29 there are 10 numbers, then 30 to 39 there are 10 numbers, and so on. So there always be the gap of 10 between the mid values. You can see, like if we calculate the mid value for 30 to 39, means 30 plus 39 divided by 2, we will get 69 divided by 2 is equal to 34.5. So our next mid value will be 34.5. So you can clearly see that there is a gap of 10 between 14.5 and 24.5. There is again a gap of 10 between 10 to 24.5 and 34.5. So this is the thing, that whatever is the gap between the upper limit and lower limit of a class interval and the other class intervals, there will be the same gap between different mid values. If there is a gap of 10 in the class interval, then it will also be seen in the mid value column, that there will be a gap of 10 between different mid values. So likewise we can extend it as mid values as 44.5, then 54.5, 64.5 and 74.5. You can only get this idea after practicing a lot of questions. Only then you can get this insight that yes, if there is a gap of 10 in the class interval, then there will be the gap of 10 between mid values. One thing I want to mention here, that if we change a particular class interval, let's say if we change this class interval 10 to 19 into a class interval of exclusive series, then it will be like this, 9.5 to 19.5. Then if we have to calculate its mid value, like in exclusive series, why don't we change this inclusive series into exclusive series for calculating arithmetic mean? We are not using, we are not converting this series into exclusive series because there will be no effect on the mid value. So there is no need to change the series, otherwise we had to, but there is no need, because if we calculate the mid value for this particular class interval, we will get the same mid value. Like if you add 9.5 plus 19.5 divided by 2, you will get the same thing, that it will result into 29 divided by 2 and you will get the same number, 14.5. In the similar way, if you see that if we change the next class interval 20 to 29 into the series, into a class interval of exclusive series, it will be like 19.5 to 29.5, and if we see its mid value, it will be 19.5 plus 29.5 divided by 2. So we will as 49 by 2, and if we divide 49 by 2, we will get the value as 24.5. So again, earlier we have got 14.5 like in this case, then we have got 24.5 like in this case. So there is no such thing that we have to calculate, it is necessary to calculate or to convert this inclusive series into exclusive series. We can there's no need to change it because we are ultimately getting the same result, so there is no need to change inclusive series in exclusive. Next thing which we have to calculate in this process is D, that is deviation. You must have seen the previous videos in which step deviation method has been explained. If you have not seen that method, then please go back and see that video. Only after that you will be able to understand this method, because we are applying the same method in this question. But the difference is this, that here we are applying the step deviation method in inclusive series. So the D will be, for calculating D, we will assume any value from mid value as A. So let's say if this is 44.5 is our A, let's assume it is an assumed mean. So for calculating A, we know the process, that we have to subtract 44.5 from 14.5. So after subtracting this, then it will be 24.5 minus 44.5, we will get minus 20. Then 34.5 minus 44.5, we will get minus 10. Then 44.5 minus 44.5, we will get 0. 54.5 minus 44.5, we will get 10. 64.5 minus 44.5, we will get 20. And 74.5 minus 44.5, we will get 30. Next is if we have to calculate d dash. D dash is nothing but d upon c. So there will be a common factor. We will take 10 as the common factor. Then if we divide minus 30, that is d, from common factor 10, we will get minus 3. Then minus 20 divided by 10 is minus 2. Minus 10 divided by 10 is minus 1, and so on. So here will be 1, 2 and 3. So next thing is we have to calculate fd dash as per the formula. So 5, but f is 5, d dash is minus 3. 5 multiplied by minus 3 will be minus 15. Then 2 multiplied by minus 2 will be minus 4. Then 3 multiplied by minus 1 will be minus 3. 10 multiplied by 0 will be 0. 3 multiplied by 1 is equal to 3. 2 multiplied by 2 will be 4. And 5 multiplied by 3 will be 15. So this is our fd dash, and if we sum all this value, we will get summation fd dash as 0. So this is the value of summation fd dash. Now we will use all the values in the formula. X bar is equal to a plus summation fd dash upon n into c. So a is 44.5 here, plus fd dash is 0, and n is, we have to calculate n. So 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 10 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 will be 30, and so our n is, or summation f is 30. So we will write 30 here into common factor 10. So it will be like this. So you already know that if we divide 0 by any number, we get the value as 0. So 44.5 plus 0 multiplied by 10, and you already know that if we multiply 0 by any number, we get the value as 0. So it will be 44.5 plus 0, and we will get our ultimate value 44.5 as the final answer of arithmetic mean. So you can see here that it is coincident that our assumed mean here has become the actual mean. So this might be the case that you will find such question that whatever assumed mean you have taken will finally become the actual mean. So this is the thing about arithmetic mean in inclusive series.